Buff News Network. The next article says, if you are waiting for an economic collapse, just look at what's happening to Europe. If you are anxiously waiting the arrival of an economic collapse, just open up your eyes and look at what's happening in Europe. The entire continent is in a giant economic mess right now. But America's in an economic mess. I mean, Jake, us Negroes, Indians, Latino could never find a job, could never really keep a job and all that other shit. Our unemployment rate has always been fucked up. But these crackers can't even work now. They can't even hype up. They can't no longer hype up the job rate in America no more. They talking about the jobs are the unemployment rate
was at 7%, but then it dropped down to 6.9.
Yeah, 6.7. Now, that's because if people have given up on searching for jobs, then they don't no longer consider them unemployed, which is dumb. That's real dumb. And then on top of that, they count employment as temporary jobs. So over the holidays, all the people that were seasonally employed, that hiked up the job percentage, which it immediately fell right back down in January. So now, you know, they said they created over the holidays 74,000 jobs, and it dropped back down to 70,000 jobs, and then they ain't even counting all the jobs that all the places that stopped hiring for jobs and start laying people off, which are a lot of manufacturers stopped hiring for jobs and started laying more people off.
Oh, what was that? I was looking at RT, man, and the motherfuckers got it set to where, like, alright, if you work at somewhere like, say, Walmart or Target or something like that, they have it to where you can only get 30 hours a week now, and if you get any more than 30 hours a week, these motherfuckers will actually charge your ass that Obama tax for the Obamacare and cut your shit in half, man, your whole check. Not just the hours that you work, your whole motherfucking check.
That's what they doing over there as well.
At the fucking Van Handel Arena, they doing the same thing to the brother you can work for.
You get 40 hours. You get 40 hours, they gotta take your paycheck.
Yeah, and that's not even the portion the extra that you made. If you get 1 hour over, if you get 30, what is it? If your ass get 31 hours, that's half of your check gone. Okay? These motherfuckers is wicked as hell, but that's they spoiled. They over here spoiling everybody for doing an honest day's work, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to, basically, they getting you for making money.
That's they making it impossible for you to support your family.
Yeah.
I was looking at it and it was talking about how they just really trying to push that Obamacare and put everybody to the point where they so dependent on the system, you know, because everybody's getting on food stamps, and they just getting ready to transfer that over from food stamps into that RFID. They even got to the point in Europe where they're using a offhand currency. They print out these little colorful papers and shit because of the inflation is so bad out there. All right, this is Jeremiah. What is it? 12 and 11. They have made it desolate, and being desolate it mourneth unto me. The whole land is made desolate because no man layeth it to heart. A lot of people don't care about that. They just like, hey man, I'm gonna put in another application and keep it moving. Right. You ain't laying to heart the traps and the snares they set for you and how they actually prepare them for you.
And this is really, and the Lord is really only talking to you Jakes out there.
That's all it is.
He ain't talking to the other nations and shit, because the other nations is condemned already. Yep. Y'all judgment is slavery under us. You Jakes that you elect men out there. That's who the Lord is really talking to.
And not to mention those that actually request overtime. That's what's going to kill in these factories. Now they started to bring it to these factories. Okay, it's right now it's in the mainstream fast foods and Walmart and things of that nature. You know, these conglomerate corporations. Once they start switching over to these factories, the majority they actually requested they make it mandatory every other Saturday or Sunday that you got to come to work. So you actually that's a little overtime pay that you make. The spoils are come upon all high, the spoilers are come upon all the high places through the wilderness. For the sword of the Lord shall devour from one end of the land even unto the other end of the land, and no flesh shall have peace. And that sword is Esau, going through all throughout this land, and he's devouring everybody's substance to the point they're depending on him even more so than they were before. Because they have the little crumbs that you had there is cut in half, right? They have sown wheat, but shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. And they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord. And this is all coming from the Lord, and this is punishment for these two-third motherfuckers. It's not, okay? So far as the elect, the Lord is going to always make a way in and out, some way for you to support yourself, however it may, whether it may be working with your hands, but knowing what your office is. Once you know what your office is, then you can work around those things, because you'll find sleepless nights sometimes. What are you supposed to do at that time? Are you supposed to be studying, or are you supposed to be doing something with your hands? Occupy something to strengthen your office, to strengthen your knowledge of your office, or your offices, because some can have more than one office, okay? So it is really, you're supposed to be utilizing this time. You got something else?
Yeah. Going back to pretty much about these benefits getting cut off as well. Some people, they lost their unemployment benefits just ended too. So this is Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because them Federal Reserve notes, man, they ain't shit, man. It's a piece of paper. Everybody else got, well, majority of everybody else got some form of real money or currency. Yeah. So, therefore, what the fuck is the Federal Reserve anyway? The only thing you do, the more you take out from that bitch, the more debt you add on to it. And America been going...
Credit. That's what credit is.
Yeah. America been going to war for all these goddamn years. Or if you add it up, you can probably say centuries. And you gotta think about it. Those are Federal Reserve notes, and that's the way they do business. So that debt is being increased even more so, because when you go to war, you gotta put something down. Just like your house, I said. Think before you, the cost that you have to pay before you even go to battle. So when you go to battle, you gotta pay, man. So when it all boils down, that Federal Reserve note ain't doing nothing but increasing the taxes, which is increasing more debt and shit. So therefore, when you talking about get a job and do all this shit and pay off the debt with your taxes or income taxes, that shit is all stupid. It's vanity. It don't make no sense to be struggling so hard to try to... It's kind of like an angry person. Like the scripture says, you deliver an angry man, you're going to have to do it again. So what the fuck you busting your ass so hard for to try to get something in debt that put itself in debt?
Actually, they busting their ass, to serve Esau, but they don't want to bust their ass in this truth.
Yeah.
Study to show yourself approved and actually get out here and do these works. But they'll bust their ass for some fucking currency. That's why the Lord is, like it said right here. They have sown wheat and shall reap thorns. Quick to sow these unfruitful works, and are you gonna reap these thorns in the end?
I mean, that's the example that I just read about that nigga that basically tried to overpay child support and to see his son and shit.
Yeah. Come on, man, you can't win for losing in this motherfucker. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. Because you working your ass off. A lot of these jakes out here is working themselves to the bone, okay? And you ain't doing nothing. I mean, it's
seeing a whole lot of ugly ass Edomite children out here.
I got a hockey game going on. And they shall be ashamed and receive of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord. You're going to be ashamed of that, because when it comes down to it, you ain't going to feel like a man. You can't support your family. But that's all to you two-thirds and you foolish, your foolish niggas out there, because you're not gonna have the faith of the Lord, okay? You're not gonna have faith and try to occupy your office and do these things that's required of us. So that's why you're going through that hell and you're gonna catch it. That's just the beginning of the birth pain, though, man. That's just the fucking start, man. Wait till you start eating the flesh of your own arm and shit. Which is your children and shit. Whole light, nigga. Whole ass light.
Dim light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
Right. This is the next article. EU draws up plans to send troops to Central Africa. And that's basically the gathering of the soldiers, the soldiers just gathering, because motherfucking Russia got troops over in Africa as well.
So did China.
China do too? You know, so EU is drawing up plans to send troops over there, and they already been drawing up plans to send troops in Afghanistan. You got something? You got to get that in Zephaniah 3 and 8. So shoot, I mean that's just the gathering of World War III. And that's just another prophecy that the Bible done already said. It's just another thing that's got to happen. Go ahead,
Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
And that's the thermonuclear fire. That's what's coming. Y'all got anything else to bring out?
No, actually, no, 'cause I'm not sure which country did the U.S. said that they was training Iraqi soldiers to go into.
Shoot, U.S. soldiers were going into, I think no, it ain't Iraq. Have to do a little bit more research on it. I'm not exactly sure myself.
This is my last one. Final. Isaiah 42 and 24. Well, let's start at 22. But this is the people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliverance, for a spoil, and none saith restored.
Right.
Can't be restored from all of this bullshit if you're not in this truth. You know what I'm saying? One day. Who among you will give an ear to this, and who will hearken and hear for the time to come?
Right, only the elect is gonna hearken and hear. The rest of you 2/3 is not gonna hearken or hear, and y'all gonna be caught up in this.
Right. Like your ass is now.
Right.
Message.
Right.
Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to robbers? Did not the Lord he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and he hath set him on fire round about, and ye know not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. And you don't even understand, you getting burned up, man. I mean, it's not even the thermonuclear heat tearing your ass up yet. It's just adversity. Alright? And you ain't even baptized fully. You just going through the adversity. Your mind ain't even elevated because you haven't even received that water, man. You know what I'm saying? So you niggas is real thirsty right now.
Right now, water is truth, because they refuse to hear the instruction of the word. So therefore, the whole of America is gonna pretty much become a snare onto them.
Exactly.
Like, pretty much like thinking that they gonna support themselves here in America. They basically gonna fall into that trap when martial law comes. They gonna fall into that trap when the chip comes, and they gonna be caught completely off guard.
Yep.
That's all the scripture says: seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
Exactly.
But he ain't gonna be found of a lot of these niggas and Latinos and Native Americans in that day, because they want to continue to be rebellious.
Exactly.
So therefore they're gonna be snared in prison houses, which are concentration camps.
Exactly. because they want to do these things on their time. I'm gonna just hold out. I'm gonna do like my granddaddy did. He ran the street and fuck all kind of bitches. And then when it came time when he got old and feeble, he wanted to worship the Lord.
Right, but didn't know nothing about the Lord. Don't the scriptures say, how can a man know anything in their age if they never got anything in their youth?
Right.
With that, we're gonna close up on 3, Death to America. 1, 2, 3.
Death to America! Death to the 2/3!
All praises and highest honors to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers doing the work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.